There are words and phrases you should never use in your interaction with customers. In this video, 14 of them have been shared and I have provided alternatives. Interested? That's coming up right now. Some things we say have the potential of driving a wedge between us or our businesses and the customer. You are confusing me. To say that to a customer is not the best in terms of choice of words, even if our intentions are good. It may come off as rude in some cases. That already says you're pointing fingers, you're saying that your reason for not following or understanding is the customer's fault. Matter of fact, if you say something like, I'm a bit confused, you are pointing to yourself and not the customer, right? Alternatively, you can say something like, I didn't quite get that. Or you want to paraphrase and you say, you just repeat what the customer said. Okay, just to be sure I got you, you mean we should XYZ. Or just to be clear, you would like for us to XYZ. Okay, and so that is it for number one. Number two is something that is equally a bit close, where you tell the customer, you're speaking too fast, or you are too fast, or can you slow down a bit? Again, you are pointing fingers. You're also saying he's speaking too fast, almost as if you're detecting a flaw in his pace or something. It just points to the customer. That's not what we should be doing. Remember, the customer is king. So you don't do that. You don't treat your king or your queen that way. Okay? So you are speaking too fast. No need saying it. If you didn't get it, just ask that he or she comes again. Okay? Please take that again. I didn't quite get that. Remember, I didn't quite get that. Whose fault is it is not in question. But if we're to point fingers, it's almost like you are pointing to yourself and not at the customer. Number three is, I don't know. You don't know? It's okay not to know everything, but make an attempt to assist. Remember, the customer has come to you for help, for assistance, to do business with your brand. Basically, they need something. And if you're saying, I don't know, it's almost an indictment on yourself. So what in the world are you doing there? You don't know. Okay, find somebody who does. Okay? So remember, I don't know won't do. Or you say something like, something happens and then you go, it's not my fault. I don't believe customers. Like, when we say customers, it's easy to imagine them as different from ourselves. You are a customer. I am a customer. Depending on the situation, we all are customers. So do you like to be told it's not my fault? No. For some sarcastic person, the person will probably tell you,
it is my fault.
So it's not your fault will not work in almost any situation. If there's an issue, what the customer probably wants, or what the customer wants, is for you to fix it, or at least attempt to fix it. When you go, I don't know, it's not my fault. If you're an employee, you're almost saying I'm a recruitment error. Sometimes. And then if you're the business owner,
no, business owners won't be saying this.
But if you do, we want to stop using those words. And those words are words you commonly would hear as in telecommunications. Such words are called killer phrases. They must not be used by the customer at any time. Let's take it to the next one. You are wrong. That's another wrong one to say to the customer. And what part of the customer is always right don't we understand? Even though we know sometimes they are not always right. But you see, we don't have to say that to them. So if something happens or they paint a scenario and you know that's not exactly how it goes, you don't have to say you're wrong. Even though in your mind, it's okay to say anything in here, okay? But not to the customer. So instead, you can say something, you just go ahead and explain what truly is, how it really works. You right? Okay, let me break it down further. Okay, I understand, but is it okay to add this? So you want to explain, just go ahead and explain. You don't have to give them judgment. provide judgment, then go ahead with, no, just go ahead. It saves you time, it saves the relationship, and yeah, everybody's better off for it. And this big one, calm down. Calm down. Ever since Adam was a schoolboy, that word has never gone down well with anybody. And you think of it, even for you. Do you like it when you're told calm down? Now, don't forget that for someone, for you to get to a point where somebody has to say calm down means you're upset about something, you're unhappy about something, you're sharing something you really would need off your chest, you're expressing displeasure, and rather than let you finish with what you have to say, which by the way is therapeutic, you know, when you have to say what's on your mind and you vent, you let off steam, and somebody's trying to put a cap on that emotion of yours. Again, this is you pointing. Saying that to the customer is you pointing at the customer, almost like saying you placing yourself in an upper position, so to speak, the upper hand, and you are saying you're not in charge of your emotions. I do not believe if there have been 10 situations where customers were told to calm down, only one went better from that point. It will always go worse. It will always get bad. They're trying to express, so let them do that. Let them blow off steam. Do not say calm down. Let them blow off steam. While at it, pay attention. Listen to everything. Whether you're speaking to them over the phone, whether it's a face-to-face interaction, you don't want to say calm down. Okay? I understand how you feel. I probably would feel the same way in your shoes. Okay, I understand. But be careful also. You know, in trying to show that you're listening, there's a thin line between that and you. At that point, you're probably not enjoying how things are going on. The choice of words of the customer, who may not be very careful with the words he's using or she's using, you might find yourself responding and coming across as rude at the same time. Example, the customer is venting, saying something, and you go, okay, all right. Sure. Yes. I'm really angry. And you're responding. It's like you think the situation is funny. So you don't want to do that. So sometimes it's best, if it's face-to-face interaction, it's best to be silent, maintain eye contact, show that you're listening. Don't do other things on your phone or type away on your computer. No. Be with them. Listen through it. Okay? And remember, it is not you they are speaking to. Try and detach. Even if they are using the word, you did this, what they mean is your brand, your business. Remember, you are the face of that brand. And so if there's anybody to pour my heart to, it would have to be you, whether over the phone or face to face. So calm down just doesn't work. The only time calm down works is probably the video that went viral not too long ago of the young boy saying, mommy, calm down, mommy, calm down. If you say that with your clients, that customer will not calm down. Okay, let's take it to the next one. So at number 7, rather than tell the customer, I can't hear you, or what are you saying, or you are not loud enough, just ask, please take that again. Do you mind repeating that? Say that again, please. I didn't quite get that. So those are alternatives that will not, or that would reduce the chances of you coming across as rude, as opposed to I can't hear you, or what are you saying? But you even think of it. When someone says to you, what are you saying? If it's face to face, even the facial expression will change. Someone will probably looking at you and saying, what are you saying? What are you saying? What does that mean? What does that really say? It means maybe you're coming across as stupid, or you're not very okay. You don't want to come across that way. Okay, so we leave it there and take it to number 8. And if you've received any value from this video or any of the videos I've done in the past, go ahead and like it and subscribe if you haven't done that already. And you watching right now, you know you haven't subscribed. You haven't subscribed. Hello, like seriously. Okay, thank you for subscribing and thank you for liking this video. And then you say something like, listen. You are ordering the customer. You're not in a position to do that. It's not your place to do that. So listen won't do. May I have your attention, please? Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. Are you with me? Okay. May I have your attention? Okay. And remember, in all of this, right? Tone is important, because no matter how beautiful a word you're saying is, if the wrong tone accompanies it, it could come across as rude as well. Okay, so the content, meaning what you said, the tone, how you said it, and the context when it was said, they all come together to judge a statement as being rude or not. Okay, so listen, not very good to use on the client. Close to that is also the word like I can't do that, or we can't do that. If the word can't in itself is not only negative, but it dissociates, it takes you out of the picture. It's not the friendliest of terms. You can say I can't do that, or we can't do that with other words. I'm unable to, we are unable to. You're still saying you cannot do it, but it's softer. It's not as strong. Okay, so I'm unable to do this. We may not be able to do this at this time. Is it okay if we do this? So you're trying to provide alternatives. Clients know that not every issue or inquiry or demand will be met, but they love it. You love it when you see an effort. It always helps. Just make an attempt. All right? That's not my job is another one. Or it's not my department that is in charge of that. It's not your job. Whose job is it? Remember, these guys have come for assistance. They need your help with something. And it is your job to direct them to someone who can help. Okay? They probably don't know. And even if they did, hey, they have come to you. So it really won't hurt so much to assist. Just show that you want to help. Okay? It goes a long way. Just show that you want to help. It's not my job is you absolving yourself, taking yourself out of the entire equation, whatever it is. Again, remember, we talked about rapport when we talked about customer service mistakes. Rapport, relationship with a brand, with you. That's not your job. Also says you're not getting my money, or I'm not doing business with you. Okay? Taking that, going to number 11 now would be a word like, when somebody says, I am new here. You're new. Are you serious? To even say that already means you're trying to take yourself out of it. Like, okay, this has happened, or I need this information. Just like, I don't know. It's like saying, I'm new here. I'm new here. Does that say you haven't been trained? I'm new here. Does it mean you shouldn't take it upon yourself to know what you ought to know? Another area of self-indictment. Another area of saying you don't have it here. Another way of saying you're not knowledgeable, and customers want people who are knowledgeable. You're new here, doesn't matter. I really don't have to know that, except I ask, are you new here? And of course, you want to be honest with them and say yes. Now, if in themselves they want to say, oh, I now see why, or in their minds they say, the customer says, no wonder, fine. But if the customer goes no wonder because he perceives lack of skill or knowledge or being up to date, then you really shouldn't be giving yourself a pat on the back. Okay, so let's just try. Like I said earlier, this one, very common, very common. No customer likes it. You don't like it when it is used on you, do you? Like I said earlier. So that's a way of saying you probably haven't been listening. That's a way of saying you're not very sharp, you're not very smart, not to easily comprehend. That's a way of telling the customer you are bothering me. That's a way of telling the customer I'm irritated by your questions. It's also a way of saying for the last time, like if you make me say this thing again. So like I said earlier, so the customer is not someone to match wits with. He's not someone to practice sarcasm on, right? And they know the fact that the customer doesn't say this is wrong, or I'm not happy with the way you just said this thing, doesn't make it okay. And it doesn't make it less rude. It is rude, nonetheless, notwithstanding. Okay, so we want to just go ahead and if they didn't quite get it before, go ahead and repeat. If the customer asks the question 20 times, guess what we'll do? We'll respond 20 times. Except, of course, they're just trying to be naughty with you, which I doubt most customers are. But yeah, okay, to be very honest, some customers are. Whoa, especially in my days as a customer care representative back in 2006. Whoa, Some customers, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., they're just there. You see something like, hello, baby. I'm like, whoa, good morning. My name is Ebele. How may I help you? 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Baby, I love you. I'm like, okay, sir, how may I help you? You're not here. Kidding me? So, some customers, for these ones, I'm not saying, you might want to be firm, not rude. You want to be firm and demand that they tell you why they have called. But the truth is sometimes they haven't called for anything, just to mess with you. I'm coming. I'm coming. Ha. Don't say to the customer, I'm coming. One moment, please. I'll be with you in a second. Please give me some seconds. I'll be with you shortly. Okay, I'm still with you, depending on the scenario, right? So don't say, I'm coming. Some customers who, in the spirit of naughtiness, can try to be funny and say things to you like, you're coming.
Sister, you can't be coming, no.
You know, so I don't want to go that route, but you don't even want to go there. So rather than say you're coming, and come to think of it, in English, I don't believe there's anything. It's not even proper use of English to say I'm coming. I'll be with you shortly. Give me a second, please. I'll be right with you. All of those things would work. I'm coming. In the real sense of it, is not even good English. So we want to keep good English. So remember to check out some videos I've done in the past. Commonly mispronounced words, commonly misspelled words. And then on to number 15. 15 in this case is something like, this happens a lot, especially in the corporate environment, where somebody sends you something and omits the attachment. For some reason it happens, right? So instead of saying something like, you didn't send the attachment, or there's no attachment in this mail, or you are apportioning blame, you are pointing at the customer, you're pointing at your colleague, you're pointing at the other person. Emotional intelligence or anything else should even remind you, or this small video, this video should remind you to make it less accusatory. I hope that's correct English. I'll check. You can ask the person to please send the email again. I didn't find any attachment in this one. Okay, I'm not able to find the attachment. The attachment appears to be missing in this email, or I'm unable to locate the. So if you look, it's two different ones. You didn't send the attachment, or there's no attachment in this mail, as opposed to I'm not able to locate the attachment, or I can't find the attachment now. You are pointing to yourself, so it's a better alternative. Related to this video is my previous video on 8 customer service mistakes you should never make with clients. Here. And do not forget to subscribe to make it easier. Do that here. Cheers until I see you again.